Hello, today is Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. My name is Daniel Mullany, and behind the camera as always we have Nico Greiner. And today we are here to film a video source inspection of a Sitek 8300 spin wrench dryer. Our system is shipping here in the United States and our customer's PO number ends with C01004 and our SRD serial number for identification is 01623. So here we have an 8300 double stack spin wrench dryer, meaning it is a 2-chamber system capable of running up to 8-inch size substrates. I'll go ahead and get the process started and then discuss the system as it runs. Okay. Here we have in the top chamber our 200 millimeter substrates. Okay. And here we have in our bottom chamber the same setup of 200 millimeter substrates. All right, so as I mentioned in the beginning, this is a double stack system for 8-inch. So we can run 8-inch substrates in here and we can run any smaller sized material as well. This order also includes a variety of other products of what we call an insert, which is going to allow us to adapt from the larger 8-inch rotor down to running smaller substrates in the same chamber without having to do any hardware change-outs like changing out the rotor. We have another video on our YouTube channel, which is where you're probably at right now, that demonstrates this insert product. So if you're thinking that you're running multiple sizes and tired of changing the rotor in and out, take a look at that video or give us a call to have a discussion about how we can provide that product for you. This system is configured with all of our normal options for a spin wrench dryer. We have our EMO that's on the front as well as located on the back of the system so you can emergency stop from either side. We also have the 3 then normal options, which would be our resistivity probe, which is going to allow us to detect the resistivity value of our wastewater. We have our anti-static unit, which is going to prevent any static charge from building up in the spin wrench dryer. And we have our DI water recirculation. And so the DI water recirculation is set up so that way we don't have any dead leg water and we can constantly have a trickle of water to prevent any bacteria growth. You can also configure the DI water recirculation to head back into a full facility recirc setup. So it really kind of depends on what your situation's like on how you can use that feature. I also mentioned the anti-static unit, and that's an important one for preventing the static charge for 2 reasons. First of all, you want to make sure that if you have devices that are sensitive to static for any reason, that you're preventing any buildup in the cassette from passing through the devices and causing a problem with your yield. The other reason is that when you're then removing the cassette and substrates from the chamber, we don't want to attract particles in the room onto the cassette and therefore onto the edges of the substrate. So not only does it improve your yield, but it also prevents high particle problems. That's particularly important if you're manufacturing in an area that doesn't have the cleanest class setting in the room. If you have like a class 100 clean room or something like that, the particle issue probably won't affect you as much. But if you're manufacturing in a class 1000 or class 10,000, then that could become a bigger problem. I've seen a lot of different circumstances of that component helping my customers in the field. A really good example was one of our customers was running our spin wrench dryer in a grinding area, and so all of the particles that were coming off of the silicon substrate and into the air, obviously you can't see them, but being near the grinding area they were present and they were very charged and were drawing to the cassette and substrates after every single run. So in that circumstance, we changed the specification of the spin wrench dryer, added the anti-static unit, and it immediately improved the results that we were getting out of the SRD. Okay, so we're taking a look at our system right now. We've now entered dry 2, and so we've completed several process steps already. Our first process step was rinse, where we were running at 500 RPM and rinse for about a minute. Then we had our purge step, where we had our nitrogen purging through our DI water line in order to make sure there was no water left over after the rinse step. That's an important step because if there's no purge, then the water in the DI line can actually kind of drip out during the dry cycle and then lead to sometimes water spotting depending on when the droplets actually kind of were whipped out of the manifold. Then we went through our dry 1 process, which was our high RPM step for about 1.5 minutes. We ramp up to about 2,000 RPM in order to sling the majority of water off of the cassette and substrates. And then we ramp down to our low RPM at 500, which is where we're at right now. And now we're going to let the drying elements of the SRD complete the dry. Excuse me, that was a sneeze. So that distracted me, but we now have about 2.5 minutes left in our dry 2 process before we're going to be completed with our SRD here. So in this case, we sold to our end user a new piece of equipment, which means that we also have all the parts and services in order to support our equipment. So if you have some SRDs, whether it's purchased from us or another manufacturer from years ago, such as Semi-Tool or Vertec, we have all the parts and services needed to upkeep your equipment. Most of those parts here are stocked as well. So if you're in a down situation and you need a seal shipped out same day, we're here for you. And when you need that kind of rush service, we're going to do that for you free of charge. We're not going to try to charge you any additional money to get your part out the same day. We're going to do that for free because we know that running a wafer fab is difficult. And we want to be here to make that job easier for you. And so we offer a lot of free services such as the same day shipping. We also don't have any minimum order values or quantities. So if you're buying literally a 50-cent part from us, we'll still take that order and get it out for you same day in order to help you keep your fab up and running. Okay, so we've got about 1.5 minutes left here. I'll take a look to the back of the system to do more inspection. I can see that we have our DI water recirculation here. I'm able to turn the DI water recirculation on and off on the top chamber as well as the bottom chamber. And I'm taking a look down here to see the floor drain, and I don't see any leaks here as well. So everything looks good. And then we have our nameplate on the back as well, which includes that serial number that I listed from the beginning of the video. One of the best parts about our equipment is undoubtedly our slick device controller. Our slick device controller has everything in it that you need in order to have a successful rinse and drying process. Really, there's a few features about it that make it so great. First of all, the interface is just easy to use. And that's where we always want to start with one of our products. We want to make it easy to use. So if you've never used our touchscreen controller, you probably don't even need the manual to figure out how to do it. All you need is the password, so that way you can get into the recipes and the process settings and the menu. And other than that, you can really intuitively just figure out how to use it. We also understand that a lot of times people that are assigned to SRDs might be newer to semiconductor. And so this is a great way for somebody to maintain this equipment without much training. It's just by using our interface. And then it has all the features that you inspected in it as well. It has a purge saving feature to prevent nitrogen waste. It's monitoring every component on the system, so when you press start, you know that the system ran correctly. It has multiple recipes, data logging, SexGem upgrade capabilities, and many other features. We have a lot more media about that on our YouTube channel as well, plus brochures that we can share with you. Or if you're just interested in having a conversation, you can give us a call and we'll talk to you about how our control system can be used for your spin rinse dryers. I heard that our top chamber sounds like it's completing. The upright is finished, and we now switch over to a blue setting on our light to give visual indication that the process is complete. Let me go ahead and open it. When I reach into the chamber, I can feel that the nitrogen is purging and warm. The cassette is also warm to the touch. And our substrates are dry and ready for the next step in the manufacturing process. We can see that our bottom chamber is now also complete. So I'll go ahead and pull this. It's also purging and warm. The cassette is warm. And our substrates are ready for the next step in the manufacturing process. All right, well, that will conclude our video inspection for today. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view it. Again, my name is Daniel, and this video was filmed for Sitek Process Solutions. If you want to learn more about our products, take a look at some more of the videos on our YouTube channel. Head over to our website at www.sitekprocess.com, or give us a call at 916-797-9000. And if you want to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a nice day.